Welcome to Insurance Claim Radio, where leading hail loss consumer advocate Phil Coutu and his team of experts teach you how to avoid the pitfalls of hail damage claims and how to use his team of experts to get what you truly deserve under your insurance policy. Now, here's your host of Insurance Claim Radio, Phil Coutu.
All right, I'm your host. I'm Phil Coutu with Insurance Claims Radio. We're a program designed to help the consumer with their property claims, whether it's hail, fire, sewer backup, you name it. We're here to just have an open discussion and hopefully educate the consumer a little bit about their claim. I own Rooftop Restoration, Rooftop Roofing. You can reach me at 303-997-4247. That's 303-997-4247. I got a host of people on our panel today. I have Ryan from Blue Ribbon Exteriors. Ryan is a commercial and residential contractor that specializes in hail, amongst other things like water backup, that type of thing. His phone number is 720-227-9330. We have Pro Roof Solutions, the great Mike Neely sitting next to me. Mike specializes in roofing and exterior hail claims, residential and some commercial. His phone number is 720-628-7293. Our last guest on the panel is James D'Angelo, and James is a building construction major. He's a public adjuster. He's also a licensed general contractor. James D'Angelo's phone number is 303-885-3731. We're going to open up today. Guys, you want to talk about some of the 5 flags to look for?
Yeah, red flags.
Red flags.
Yeah.
5 flags. I'm thinking of the amusement park. We're talking about the 5 flags, 5 or 10 top reasons where you should get a second opinion and why. So who wants to open up here?
Well, basically, you want to know what you are covered for. And, one of the things I always point out to people, know your policy. And they're hard to read. And if you don't understand it, call somebody that's in the business. If you have a roofing and hail loss, call one of us at this panel. If you have a construction loss of any kind, property damage, call myself or call another prominent public adjuster in the industry. So what is some of the flags? Well, one of the big ones, they come out and they tell you, yeah, this can be repaired. Doesn't need to be replaced. Or the type policy you have is only an ACV. It only pays actual cash value. You want some experts to help you with that because the difference will more than pay for the expert. Don't be afraid to get an expert in there. Most of the experts will come out free of charge, myself included. I'll take a look at it all, and I'll tell you the value of your claim or what I believe it to be. Now, these gentlemen here, Rooftop Restoration, Pro Roof, and Blue Ribbon, they'll come out and they'll take your claim from A to Z. They'll pay all the costs. They'll get you made whole. So what's the first red flag? Insurance company adjuster comes out. They're usually young people. They have a lot of turnover in that industry. It's a tough industry to be an insurance adjuster. And he says, well, we've got referred contractors or we got our preferred contractors. You should be skeptical. Why are they preferred? Are they getting all their business from that insurance carrier? Are you going to get a short scope? I'm not saying that's always the case, but guess what? I've ran into a lot of times where it is the case. Get your own people. You want somebody that's looking out for your interest.
Hey, maybe, James, you might be able to explain to them what a scope is.
Scope of damages. Yeah, every industry has its own lingo, if you will. People that can talk the talk and walk the walk. The first thing that you want to do is identify the damages. So they do what they call scope of loss. A lot of these insurance companies use the same estimating software. So what happens? The contractors use the same estimating software. That software does not necessarily take care of everything that's there in your particular loss. I want to say one thing that's very, very important here. Every loss is different. No two are the same. And every loss, to be successful, you've got to put your own strategy together. And a strategy that fits both the policy and the loss.
All right, we're going to just take a quick break here. You're live with Insurance Claims Radio. I'm your host, Phil Coutu. I'm a public adjuster, insurance appraiser, roof inspector, insurance educator, and roofing contractor. You can check me out at rooftoproofing.com. Our phone number is 303-997-4247. That's 303-997-4247, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to Insurance Claim Radio. Be sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration, 303-997-4247, 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftop.restoration.com.
Welcome back to Insurance Claim Radio. Now, here's Phil Coutu and his team.
Hi, I'm Phil Coutu, and I'm back with Insurance Claims Radio. We are a program designed to help you with your insurance claims, residential and commercial. And we're going to pick up where we left off with James D'Angelo, who's drinking water. But James will be right back here.
Thanks, Phil. I'm almost choking myself over here. So where we left off is, what are you looking for? Well, you want to be made whole, but you really want to get all that you paid for in your policy. That's really what you want. One of the challenges you have is you did not get to write the policy and you did not get to negotiate any part of this policy. Therefore, the language in the policy basically favors the insurance company. When the insurance adjuster comes out, most people are like a deer in the headlights. They want to say, well, what does it cover? What do they owe? You need to know the answers to that before they come out. Phil, earlier in a prior segment, said, we're the architects of a claim. And if you have a claim to your property, and remember, your property is your piece of the sky here, if you will, or your piece of it in this world, you want to protect that. And what I suggest to you is up front, do your homework. Know your policy, get a certified copy of your policy, and then you find the experts that are going to work for you on your behalf, and they're going to look out for your interests.
Hey, this is Ryan with Blue Ribbon, and I think there's a couple of things to talk about around what red flags are. So if the insurance agent comes out or your adjuster comes out, the desk adjuster, whoever, any adjuster from the insurance company comes out, they're walking your roof, they buy your roof, and then they say, geez, we looked at your gutters, and you know what, that's mechanical damage, mechanical meaning that it wasn't caused by hail. My question is how did that happen? So you're saying that the roof is bought, but the gutters, the siding, the windows, that all mysteriously happened through mechanical damage. I mean, that's why you want to, when you call out a claim and you call in and you get it set up and they're going to send out their expert, you want to have your own expert behind that. Even if you don't understand your policy, look, we understand. I don't read my policy every day. I don't go through it with a fine-tooth comb when I signed up for it. But when you get into the damage portion, you want to be able to sit down and look through it, and then you want to consult with people that are going to help you, which isn't the insurance company. And let's just talk about that for a minute, because I think most people out there that are listening to this show say, isn't my insurance company 100% honest and want to put everything back together and move it, and I want to take my check. But we all run into it, right, Mike? I mean,
absolutely.
We run into people that, look, I've ran into people that are totally 100% honest. They believe the insurance company's 100% honest. I think that Mr. D'Angelo said the same way, that, hey, you know what? They're a for-profit business, and that's what they are.
Well, I'm going to step right in here, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, Mike. This is James D'Angelo again. What's very interesting, insurance adjusters are not experts like us. Plus, they do not have the duty or the obligation to do the work. They're just putting a number out there to you. After that, it's your problem. After that, any warranties are on you, not on the insurance company. So my point to this is, if you don't have an insurance adjuster that comes out and they're not knowledgeable, they don't have a background in building construction, or they don't have a background in hail, siding, actually doing the work, the windows, the roof, etc., they can't pay what they don't know. Just remember that. They can't pay what they don't know. If they don't know something, it's really to the benefit of the insurance company, their ignorance. I know that sounds crazy, but if I was an insurance company and I really didn't want to pay a lot on claims, I would get somebody that doesn't have any background at all in this industry and then teach them what I want them to know. And that's really what happens in the industry.
Well, let's talk about something. There's a government study done. I'm just going to find it. It's called the where is it here?
The one in
It's an
Florida,
acronym.
Phil?
Yeah. This is a Florida study, and it's called the OPPAGA report. This is a report from the Florida Legislative Investigative Body. And the name is an acronym that stands for the Office of Program Policy Analysis and Government Accountability. So they did a study on public adjusters. One of the years was lower, but one of the years after the hurricanes, they took, I believe it was 10,000 claims. I could be wrong, could be 5,000. And they found out on these water-type smaller claims that on average, the claim averaged $2,026 without a public adjuster. With a public adjuster, the same type of claims averaged $17,186, which puts it up over 700%. Here it is. I'm reading the report. In 2005, homeowners that submitted a claim on their own received $2,029 versus an average of $17,187 when represented by a public adjuster. Using a public adjusting service, homeowners saw an average increase of 747% in their homeowners insurance payout. So my whole premise here, this is a study done in Florida by Government Accounting Office. They're saying you got 700% more. It did cost you a fee. Public adjusters have a tendency to charge 10 to 15%, but after their fee, how much are you ahead? Approximately 14, 13,000.
Phil, I want to just step in here because sometimes that can sound a little misleading. And what do I mean by that? Let me get a public adjuster and I'll get 700% more. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, I want to make one thing very, very clear here. Insurance companies will not pay what they don't owe, period. They will fight you tooth and nail if they don't owe it.
So let's talk about why the public adjuster got $17,000 versus approximately $2,000. I'll tell you why, because they had a professional representation. These are actually residential claims, so most of these public adjusters have nowhere near the experience as some of the guys sitting on this panel, but I used to be one of those residential public adjusters a decade and a half ago. And the reason being is because you're going to do the forensic analysis. I'm going to go in. I'm going to test the walls. Did the water go 10 feet or 40 feet? Often a regular insurance adjuster is just going to pay for what is very obvious and what he can see. But is he going to bring out the equipment and spend his time putting a borescope in the wall to see if that water ran?
Phil, they have no duty to do that. That's you.
Let's
That's
talk
your
about
obligation.
the duty.
Yeah,
What
the
is
duty.
the duty?
The duty is you have to prove your loss under the policy.
Okay, so here's what our people have to understand. Whether it's a water claim, a hail claim, a fire claim, where's the bad faith until you prove your claim? It's unknown. But, as a policyholder, as a responsible citizen under a contract, if you want to recapture what you're really owed on a contract, you have to show, even if it costs you money. It sucks you might come out of pocket a little bit of money to show and document that claim. Once you put that whole claim together, you have your contractors, you assessed where is the damage for real. Then that's where now you've complied with your duty and the burden of proof is now put back on the insurance company to disprove because you put it together. Now, honestly, an insurance company should try to write everything they see or what they're aware of, but, let's be realistic in our world. It doesn't work that way. There's a lot of dollars and cents, and that's why this study...
It's a joke.
Mike just said it's
Mike.
a joke. We're live on air. That's great, though. Hey, let's
I
have
go
a free
back
farm.
to, they can't pay what they don't know, Mike. It's not a joke. They just don't know. They don't have your expertise. They don't have your knowledge.
Yeah, but Mike does have relevant point. There are a lot of adjusters out there. I'm sitting on a job. There's a case that I had. It was a Brown case here back, it's about 6-7 years ago in Colorado, where I went out with the adjuster, and the adjuster paid for half a roof. And I got hired by another gentleman I did a roof for. This was his secretary, and they totally took advantage of her. And I got on this roof. I won't mention any adjuster names, Dickinson. and I got on this. Oh no, was it Hendrickson? Well, it's one of those names. I got on this roof out here in Parker, and there's literally, most insurance companies want 6 to 8 decent hits on each square, which is a 10 by 10 area on this roof. I got on this roof, it was like a shotgun went off. It was like one side was being hit by a golf course next to a driving range. The other side was even worse. It was like the shotgun hit. It had baseball hail. And I got up there with this adjuster, this old timer, and to me, I'm just, on this case, I was just the roofer, so he thinks I'm just a dumb roofer, which is disrespectful, maybe even racist against roofers. But anyways, I got up there and I said, "So, Mr. Adjuster, which side is total? The one with 52 hits or the one with 107? He's like, I said, "So which, you paid for half a roof, but it doesn't even tell me which half." And he's like, I got to go to my car. And he comes up, "I paid for the north elevation." I said, "Oh, that's the one with the less hits." And so we got into it. So I had to play with this adjuster for, good 6-8 months till finally he denied that there's no such thing appraisal. Anyways, we litigated that here in Colorado, and we were able to, I think we took that from, I think originally he was around 15 or 18 grand, and then they sent another adjuster out. He came up to 19 or 21, but I still did it $70,000. And we set a precedent in one of the lower courts to look at appraisal and possibly let the appraisers determine some of the causes of damage, because we had some shingles that were bent back above a skylight. So they were saying we couldn't go to appraisal because there was interior damage, which was related to the windstorm at the time of hail, the water, the shingles had lifted up. But those are great battles. That battle took us several years to win, but we ended up getting our client a full new roof, a full new barn, some exterior damages, a new deck. That's why you hire us. We're going to take a quick break here. My name is Phil Coutu with rooftoproofing.com, rooftoprestoration.com, Power Appraisers, Insurance Claims School, and a host of other companies. You can contact me at 303-997-4247. That's 303-997-4247.
You're listening to Insurance Claim Radio. Be sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration, 303-997-4247, 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftoprestoration.com.
Welcome back to Insurance Claim Radio. Now, here's Phil Coutu and his team.
Hi, my name's Phil Coutu, and you're live with Insurance Claims Radio. We're a program helping educate the consumer. We act as consumer advocates and unbiased experts. We were talking about a claim that I had where it was so damaged, the adjuster didn't even know what side he paid for. That went all the way to court, and the claim went from approximately around 20 grand all the way up to 70,000 on a residence. Took several years, several court battles. But we're talking about, the big thing is James was saying, well, how do you know what's true? That's why you need second opinions. They paid for half a roof on that claim. The whole roof was clearly totaled. We don't know why sometimes adjusters limit the damage. I don't know why. I've been an adjuster for many years. I've worked for carriers for many, many years. I even owned a catastrophe claims company running adjusters. And there's a lot of money at stake, and the rules change. The one thing we're trying to tell people is that when you have a policy with your insurance company, they're not the God. You entered a contract with them. You have certain rights, and you have certain expectations in that policy. And we're just talking about why you need a professional to determine the damage. Everybody can assess damage separately. Me and James, we just had a claim last week. The insurance company said there was zero damage. Zero for 2 years. We ended up settling the claim north of $1.5 million. They used an exclusion in the policy, and they used it incorrectly. Evidently, they won't admit that because it was a confidential agreement, but they used that cosmetic exclusion incorrectly because they ended up paying us a large sum of money above and beyond our estimate. Our estimate was just around $1 million. because we had time, we had expert fees, and we were about to litigate it. So we did luckily get a reasonable settlement to get everybody pretty close to whole, or if not whole. So we're talking about the damages, guys. Give me some stories. What's the what's one of the, one of the biggest discrepancies you've seen?
First place, we have more hail in Colorado from Pueblo to Cheyenne, Wyoming. This is the hail capital of the world. So we have to have experts, and we have to have people that know what they're doing, all right? And, I think one of the big things that most of the consumers don't realize is that the insurance companies are taking control even more of our policies today than ever. And so that's why you got to be right on with it, And James, maybe you can explain to them about that.
Mike, why are they taking control?
Coverage is dying.
I don't want to
They're
answer
taking
that.
control for a simple reason, folks. They're a for-profit company, and it enhances profits when they take control.
So let me jump in. Why are they taking control? If you can limit coverage, you can limit the payout, which means you limit the liability, which means the insurance company is more profitable.
Yeah. You limit the scope the same way. These gentlemen in a past segment were talking about scope. And you limit the scope, you limit the expense. And you can look historically. Last 20 years, they've taken this approach where insurance companies are dictating more and more so. 20 years ago and prior to that, not so much. Not so much. They used to really take care of you. But the atmosphere has changed. The terrain has changed.
Last week, me and myself, James, were at a mediation, and we were told by an attorney the week before that the actual retired judge mediator said, well, there's no bad faith.
Oh.
The insurance company is expected to pay less than they owe right off the hop. And we're like, what?
What?
The insurance company's supposed to do a good faith and full investigation. Now, let's make no mistake. We're not saying all insurance companies do that or all adjusters, but that's what it's come to, the expectation. People are expecting the insurance company to not pay them the full amount now. That's not a good ethical and good faith
That's not
assessment.
good faith. Yeah.
I mean, but go back 50 years, you had a lot of insurance companies trying to pay a good, so hey, this is our customer.
Yep.
But because of computers and macroeconomics, profits. There you go, profits. Say it again, James.
Profits.
Got a nice ring there. You should be a singer. Yeah, there's a lot of dollars and cents on line, and the nation's gotten so big and big metropolises. You don't talk to your neighbor. So a lot of times, one of the big key things I say is, are they a good insurance company? How much are they marketing? Right? Some of these big names. You market, you got turnover.
Be careful, Phil.
Yeah, be careful. James is warning me, like, if the insurance company's going to come after me, but I'm getting used to it now. When you're at the top of your game, they come after you. One of the things we want to talk about, though, is there's a lot of information on the internet. You can go check out Fight. I think it's called Fight Insurance Bad Faith Claims. Google it. It rates insurance companies. It gives you a rating of. It doesn't rate the insurance company on how good they are. It rates them on their percentage of problems. You can read the write-up, denied claims versus their volume. So it comes up with a ratio. Who has the highest probability of having issues?
And let me just jump in here. Look, not all claims go south. Some claims get paid very fairly. There are overzealous insurance adjusters out there. I've run into them more and more. I go back to my statement. They don't have the background. They don't have the depth. Next time you see an insurance adjuster, ask. Most of them all went to college. It's mandatory today. Ask them what their major was. Very few, I can tell you, were architects or engineers or building construction majors.
Here in Colorado, a regular insurance adjuster doesn't have to hold a license.
Yeah. So now here we go. The insurance company that comes out to your property is unlicensed, whereas we are licensed. So they don't even meet a minimum bar to come out and do that. And then the second part to that is that they don't have the background. They don't have the depth. If you don't have the depth of knowledge, you cannot pay something you don't understand. Ryan, you were going to say something here?
Yeah, this is Ryan with Blue Ribbon. I think the other thing you got to look at, too, is I don't think the consumer judges it anymore on did they pay the whole claim. It's how quick did they get the claim paid out. So most people, they're just looking to get the check and hopefully get the problem solved, and they don't understand the entire process from start to finish.
Right. If you're just told you need a new roof and they pay your whole roof and a few other things, you're thinking, great, my insurance company was great. But how about you're up on that roof and you realize, All my skylights were dented. All the frames were dented. My furnace cap is smashed. You can't see that from the ground. My gutters are damaged on one side. A lot of times it's on one side of the house you don't go to. I got paint chips all up on my fascia. So you don't even know what you lost. And then you go to sell the house 4 years later. And then you find out, oh, my fascia's, it was pummeled by hail 3-4 years ago. So now they want $2,000 off to paint that. They want $3,000 for the gutter. They want new skylights. The furnace vent cap and pipes were damaged and the hail's chipped off. All those, that's a loss to you that you never knew you lost. You didn't know.
This is Ryan with Blue Ribbon again, but ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we've gone out, they've brought in the check. Customer said, I got this check, I got to get moving. And another company's come in, tell them what they're going to do and move forward, and then you give them a price and they about fall out of their chair. You mean it's going to cost $10,000 more than what the insurance company paid? And what do we do now?
Yeah, let's talk about that. When I was young and hustling out there, people would say, Phil, the insurance company gave me $8,000. You're 35. They looked at me like I was a criminal, honestly, or I was being dishonest. I'd be like, sir, you asked me for an estimate. Let me go through the photos. So a lot of contractors, I would walk my client through all the photos and so, okay, look at this. Here's your fascia on the roof. The adjuster just didn't pay for it. Here's the photo to back it up. Here is, they paid you for 2 slopes of the roof. Here's the other 2 slopes. Those are clearly as equally damaged or past the bar that you should be getting a new roof. Oh, they missed your valley metal.
It comes down to short scope, Phil. That's really what
it's
it
a
comes
short
down.
scope, and that's the whole point. I wasn't jamming the client. They just missed so much of the scope. So it's really important, contractors listening out there, take the time. You can do it so easy these days on your iPhone and walk your client through it, and you'll be shocked at how much they're missing. And that's how you know you have a truthful contractor. Not because there's a big spread. Show me the facts. Why are you this much more?
Hey, Phil, you might explain to them about overhead and profit or ordinance of law.
All right, so we have another show coming up shortly. We got about 45 seconds to wrapping up. We will talk about overhead and profit, ordinance and law, and a few other things in the next show coming right up. My name is Phil Coutu. I am with rooftoproofing.com, also powerappraisers.com. And you can reach me at 303-997-4247. You're listening to us live on Insurance Claims Radio.
Thank you for listening to Insurance Claim Radio. For more information on how to maximize your hail damage insurance claim or to contact Phil and his team, call 303-997-4247. And be sure to tune in next week for more Insurance Claim Radio.
Do you have a commercial property hail claim, troubled claim, underpaid claim, missed damages, bad faith, possible legal action? Rooftop Restoration is a leading hail loss consumer advocate for poorly handled insurance claims. We specialize in hail damage, large commercial claims, and provide the total claims package risk-free. We pay and cover all expert costs. Engineers, attorneys, roof inspectors, adjusters, we get you what you deserve under your insurance policy. Finance large deductibles, finance all the experts, exceptional experience and a stellar reputation with zero out-of-pocket costs. Risk-free. Rooftop Restoration. 303-997-4247. 303-997-4247. Check us out at rooftоprestoration.com.